Hi, everyone, and welcome to Tools for a Peaceful Life, helping you find your purpose and find your joy. I want to welcome our viewers, and I want to tell you about our special guest today. Our guest today is Joshua Deneen from Lademan Insurance. You've probably heard of Lademan because if you're anywhere in the southeast Michigan area, they've been in Downriver since 1947. And Josh has been here 9 years himself working with Lademan. And his business superpower is that he helps his clients find the solutions to take care of things, keep them safe, ensure the things that are important to them. It's a lot easier to sleep at
Absolutely.
night that way. Yeah. Joshua also loves to spend time with his family, and he finds peace in running. Welcome, Josh. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me, Sue. I really do appreciate it. It's great to be on this.
Well, thank you. Josh, tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you end up in the insurance industry?
Well, it's a funny story, but years ago, probably about 10 years ago, I was in the hotel business, and that drives customer service, hospitality,
Mm-hmm.
and it's funny because my wife at the time was we were engaged, and her cousin was an agent. We were an agent at AAA. I got into just put my application in because I was assistant manager of a hotel, and I love the work. I love serving people. I've always have, but I was just like, well, why not? Let's see what's out there. And I have to say, when I made the leap into insurance, it was a little daunting at first because there's a lot to learn, but it comes around the same preliminary sources of service. You're serving people in the community in a way you can. I love helping people. I love making sure their insurance coverages are discussed and making sure they're getting the best value for their insurance. So it becomes a huge joy I have of helping people in our community with their insurance any way I can.
Oh, that sounds great. So, did you find it a difficult transition at all to go from, hotel to insurance?
It definitely had some trials. I would say there were struggles along the way. A lot of it was in the beginning, just learning the insurance world, because right off the bat, the state wants you to get licensed for property and casualty, which is generally auto and home insurance, and then I got my license for life insurance and health insurance. So when you start putting these pieces together,
Yeah.
I would say there was some trials in that, but again, if I just go back and try to treat every day as an opportunity to serve people, I just remember why I'm doing this. I'm doing this to help the community in the way I can, and aside from that, is build a legacy for my family in a way I can.
Right. Yeah. Where did you get that wonderful value of service? Where did that come from?
I would say it would be in my personal faith beliefs. I'm a Christian. I've been all my life. It's just I think it was more of natural ability. Maybe it was taught when I was a kid. We were always volunteering in different events in the community in our church, and we came from a family of seven. So I have six
Wow.
brothers and sisters. So you got to learn hand in hand how to be grateful, be thankful, and how to give to others. So even back to when I was a paperboy when I was 9, I learned how to not only persevere and work hard, but also to really show care and help people in any way I can. So that's what I really drives me to do what I do every day.
Yeah. And why did you choose Laidman?
Well, Lademan Insurance Agency is not only as an established agency, but the tools and the personnel they had were incredible. I've never seen another agency in our community that is willing to not only teach me certain things that I didn't know, but also take me in the wing to learn more than one companies. Because until I got the Lademan Insurance, I was just working with one insurance company and one way of doing things. And when I went to Lademan Insurance, I learned a vast amount of different insurance carriers and a few different ways to get better and better. And I think that's that's part of another way to be motivated. It is not only helping people, but finding some rest and learning a little bit every day. Not, you know, nothing was overwhelming once I got to Lademan. It was more of, we're going to teach you a little by little to make you a better, not only a better agent, but have a better career, and just be able to do more of your personal goals. And I think that I really admire that about them, you know.
Yeah. You know, one of my favorite tools for a peaceful life is to keep your brain sharp, and you have to do that through lifelong learning. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I think that's very important. So, one of the things you shared with me that I found rather interesting is that you find running peaceful. Now, let me just true confessions here. The only time I'm going to run is if I'm running for my life. So, I never really found it peaceful. Tell me what it is that makes it peaceful for you.
Well, I think it all started when I was, when I was in probably middle school, and I used to run paper routes, and I just found that when I started running, it was my time to be away, and it's also with working out too. It's my time away. It's my time to zone in. It's not only personal and development in my body, but also mentally. It allowed me to kind of be at ease. So when I run, pretty much on a daily basis, it may seem crazy to some people, but it's relaxing, because even though it may be a rigorous exercise sometimes, it gives you some time to kind of give yourself thought and just have your me time. And with families, I only have two kids, but between being married now for 9 years and I have two kids, a 5-year-old and a 1-year-old,
Oh
life can get
my.
busy. So it's important to have that
Yeah.
time away. So
Right.
running is, to me, is one of the peaceful activities that I get involved in.
Yeah. So, would you consider that your self care?
I would say it's self-care. I enjoy it. My wife says, I don't know how you enjoy it as much as you do, but I think it's more of, I enjoy not only what I get out of it, maybe I just keep my body fit and ready to be positive for the next day, but it's almost like I get more energy after I work out. You get some
Right.
natural energy that you're able to finish the day right and start the day the way you want to. So even in my lunch breaks here at the office, what I'll do is I'll take a few minutes and I go for a quick jog, and
Mm.
it gets me out of the office for just a few minutes, just to take a breather and just regroup. Get out of the office space for just about, like I said, 5 or 10 minutes, just to regroup, get your mind just cleared and relax for a little while. So I love that.
Yeah, and it's so good for you. You have those healthy endorphins and you have that increased oxygen, that circulation, just really giving yourself a boost to the immune system every day as well. So those are great
Absolutely.
tools. Yeah. So what would you say to somebody who was considering coming into the insurance business?
Well, I would say, be prepared for a lot of changes. The insurance world is changing each and every day, each and every year that I've done it, drastically last year. So
Yeah.
there is a lot of changes that you have to learn how to adapt to. But aside from that, if you are very much an entrepreneur, if you are willing to understand that you have to put work in each day, day in, day out, it is very much not just a sales game. It's not that at all. It's also serving people. You have to remember why you're doing it. You
Yeah.
can't lose sight of, these aren't transactions. These are people in their families' household. We're protecting their houses, their cars, their life. So
Yeah.
that's the thing I always say. If you have a good motivation in the beginning, a foundation that you're there to help people each and every day, you may have a heart, you may get trials, you may get issues, but it's just coming back to square one and knowing why you're doing it. And you have to have a passion for people, I would say, to be in this business.
That's excellent. Thank you so much. Yeah. So, if people wanted to find you, what ways they can reach you?
Well, I'm easily available either on Facebook. We have a Facebook page, Lademan Insurance Agency. I have my own insurance page. It's Joshua at Lademan Insurance. And simply, you can Facebook message me, but you also, I do a little bit on LinkedIn under my name. I don't do a lot on Instagram or Twitter yet, but I do. You can just a direct call. That can be an easy way too. You can call me at 734-234-8033. I also, of course, you can reach me by email too if you have a question or inquiry that way. Josh at lademaninsurance.com. So those are my three main ways to get a hold of me.
Great, thank you. Anything coming up that you want to share with us that we might need to be thinking about?
Well, what's been on my mind a lot lately with all the storms outside that we've been seeing over the last month or so, it's just important to have a relationship with your agent and an agent that's wanting to at least give you the options to protect your family and your house. We've heard nightmares from some people where they didn't know they didn't have a coverage to protect their house and they have a backup in their basement. The bottom line at our agency, we want to do things a little differently. We want to tailor our policy to protect the needs of our community individually. We want to find out, okay, if your basement is finished, you should have a little bit more coverage. If your basement's unfinished, maybe you can damper back a little bit. And again, that's your personal decision. But we always want to give you options so you don't feel like we're just going to give you something that we're going to try to oversell you or undersell you. That's what we don't want to do. We want you to decide what you want and just give you some more information and make those decisions.
Yes, and I want to say that I really appreciate the help that you gave me when I was looking at insurances and some of the things you pointed out to me about the homeowners insurance that I didn't know about. So that
No
I
problem.
really appreciate that.
Absolutely. My pleasure to be able to help you.
Yeah. So, any final words you'd like to share with our viewers?
Well, I just want to thank everyone for tuning in with us. I really do appreciate it. Tune in each week with Sue. She's wonderful. And again, I appreciate your time and anything I can do with insurance. Any questions you may have, feel free to reach out.
Thank you. And thank you, viewers, for being with us today. If you have any trouble finding Josh online, which shouldn't be an issue, but if you do, let me know, and I'll be glad to make that introduction, get you guys hooked up. And Josh, I really appreciate your time today. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
All right. Bye, everyone.